What's up guys, Katie Johnson here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the things that you need to do before you start your fitness journey. Alright, so I have been in the fitness industry for almost 10 years now. And one of the things that I picked up was called SUPS, S-U-P-S, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but it's definitely something that you need to at least start your journey on it. So the first S, is going to be a specific measurable goal, right? So when you think about a goal, we hear it a lot in the industry. What do you want to accomplish? I want to lose weight. In a sense, that is a goal, right? But what we're looking for is specific and measurable. So I want to lose 15 pounds, right? That's specific. It's 15 pounds. But we can also measure it by saying the scale, right? So the first one is a specific measurable goal. The second one is going to be like, what is your underlying motivation? What are you doing this for? What do you want to accomplish, right? So I want to lose 15 pounds because I've got a 20-year reunion coming up, right? So what is the reason that you're looking to lose that weight? And then another thing that I like to go off of is like, have you done anything before? Like, what is your previous workout experience, if anything, right? Because that's going to give you a foundation of where to start, right? If you start trying to follow a Daniel and Bailey workout program and you've never been in the gym before, it's not going to work for you, right? So we have to start with the foundations. If you guys follow me, you know that I talk about foundations all of the time, right? So it's getting back to what you understand and what you know. And if you have never worked out a day in your life, that's okay, right? But we need to have a realistic program for you to be able to do so, right? The last S, is solution. What are we doing? How are we going to get to your goal? What program do you have? Do you need a trainer? Can you do it on your own? Do you just need a program? What is your solution? How are you going to accomplish that weight loss or the muscle gain, right? It's not always about losing weight. Sometimes it's about changing your body, right? Feeling better, wanting to be able to run around with your kids, losing weight, looking better on the beach, gaining muscle, right? So you're more toned. A lot of people now are doing fitness shows, right? So that's going to give you an idea of what you're trying to accomplish and how to get there. But I think at the end of the day, the biggest thing that you need to know is your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to gain muscle? Why do you want to lose weight? And I can't tell you that. I can't figure that out for you, right? It's something that you create, that you have to come up with on your own. If I give you a why, then you're not going to do the work. You're not going to be motivated to do it, right? It needs to be something that you have an emotional attachment to. When I was a kid, I'll tell you a true story about me. When I was in high school, I got made fun of because I had no booty whatsoever. I know you guys don't believe that now, but I didn't. They called me diaper booty because my pants were saggy and it was embarrassing and miserable, and I got made fun of so much, right? So I was that kid, right? I wasn't the fat kid, I was a really skinny kid. But once I became an adult and I found fitness, my goal was to put on as much muscle mass as I could and become as fit as I could, because I wanted to change the structure of my body, right? So that was a huge why for me. But that's not everybody else's why, right? Everyone's why is going to be different. So you have to come up with your own. All right. So now that we've talked about the game plan, right? Finding out your why, finding out what you want to accomplish. Now it comes down to putting it into play. How do we get this? How do we get you to your goal, right? The solution, right? So I'm touching back on the solution. Um, for me, I talk about it all the time, but realistically, the only foolproof way that you are going to be successful is with diet, with exercise, with anything else you do. You have to find something that you like to do, something that you enjoy, foods that you enjoy eating, right? So when it comes to the diet, if you don't like chicken and rice, don't eat the chicken and rice. You're going to be miserable. I'll tell you from show prep experience that eating chicken and rice for a year straight has turned me off to chicken and rice for eternity. I'll never eat it again. It's disgusting. So if you don't like that, don't eat it. If you're following my 60-pound challenge and my weight loss journey, I gained, long story short, I gained 60 pounds in order to try to work it off. I've never been heavy. I've never had fat. I've always been super athletic. So I train people all the time on how to lose weight. But how do I really know what they're going through? So anyway, I did this whole challenge, right? And I'm dropping fast, and people are asking me, what are you doing? Nothing crazy, right? So you've probably seen in my stories that I lift heavy, something I enjoy doing. I enjoy the type of workouts I do. It challenges me. It makes me want to work harder. And I do that 3 times a week. And I love doing it. And I wake up 3 times a week, super excited to go and take these boot camps, per se, these alpha classes that I'm doing. And I have a lot of fun when I do it. My diet, I follow 80%, 20% rule. 80% of the time, I eat healthy. But foods that I like within being healthy. 20% of the time, I have fun with the foods I eat, right? And realistically, I have dropped 10 pounds over the course of a month. But it's not only about the weight. The biggest result is my body, how my clothes fit, how I'm feeling, right? And the reason that I've been able to be so persistent with it is because I've found something that I enjoy doing. As far as workout programs go, you need to do a workout program that is right for what you want to accomplish. For example, if you are doing weight loss, if that is your goal, you want to lose the 15 pounds, we'll go with that example I keep using, then you want to do higher rep ranges, lighter weight. To get really technical, we're looking at, it's going to fall into hypertrophy, right? And so we're looking at about 65% of your 1 rep max. That's super technical. Really, when I'm training clients, most people don't know the 1 rep max, so I just tell them, do the weight that you can do for 10 to 12 reps. And do that 4 sets, 3 to 4 sets, right? There's no really set number on how to do this and how to lose weight. You do need strength training, right? You can't just do that with cardio. You've got to lift weights or do something, right? You've got to pick stuff up, right? You've got to do some weight training. As far as like strength, if you want to get stronger, right, you're obviously going to do a lower rep range. You're going to have a longer rest time. So it varies depending on what you want to accomplish. Same thing goes for diets, right? There's not one set diet for everybody on the face of the earth. I mean, there's anything from paleo, vegan, carnivore, keto, that's another big one right now. And you can accomplish all these things no matter what diet you pick, right? But pick something that is obtainable from you, that you can be consistent with. If you hate the diet, you're not going to do it. And then we're going to fail again, which is okay. We start over, but let's do it right the first time, right? The other thing that you really have to do is set aside how many days you're willing to put into your fitness goals, right? And it needs to be a realistic goal, right? If you say, I'm gonna work out 5 times a week, fantastic, that's great. But if that's not achievable, then you're going to be cutting yourself short if you can only make it 2 to 3 times per week, right? So up front, make a realistic goal of how often you can make it, right? Like I said, I train 3 to 4 times a week, right? I just make sure that those days that I'm able to train, I make it worthwhile. So if you are doing a weight loss goal, right? If you want to lose some weight, um, you're gonna have to look at the scale every once in a while, right? That's just a known fact, which is why I normally challenge my clients to create a different goal other than weight, right? There are clothing goals, right? There's a specific dress or pair of pants that you haven't been able to fit in for however long it's been. And those are your goal, right? You absolutely love this outfit, and so this is what you want to be able to fit back into. That can be your goal, right? I want to fit in this dress. Um, for me, anytime that I've set a goal, I set 60-pound challenge, but in reality, I may not actually drop 60 pounds. It may only be 30 pounds, 20 pounds, but my body is going to feel better. I'm going to be smaller. I'm going to be able to fit in the clothes that I wanted to fit into. I'm not going to be winded trying to walk up the stairs. So there are body fat percentages that you can measure. You can get a tape measure and measure inches on your body. You can fit into clothes and see, can you button those pants this week, or could you zip them up, right? So these are going to be other types of ways that you can measure your progress without having to step on that scale. I know that the scale is bothersome for a lot of people. They don't want to see it. I'll give you my personal experience with that. So through this journey that I've been doing to try to take the weight back off, for the past 2 weeks, that scale has said 180 no matter what I did. However, I am still dropping size. The reason for that, we've talked about this several times. I'm not going to go into depth about it, but muscle is denser than fat. So the fat shrinks, the muscle grows. I weigh the same amount, but I look a hell of a lot smaller. Okay, so the other thing that's going to be really great as a measurement tool is going to be progress pics. I know. We see them all over Instagram. I have mine up on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. Everything that's out there, I put them up there, right? So we see them out there a lot. And it's great. I'm so happy that people are proud of the success that they've made. But in reality, your progress pic is going to be for you. Start at day one, right? Take your progress pic day one. I do mine every week. You don't have to do it that drastically. Sometimes that can be defeating if you don't see the change that you're wanting to see. But I would say at least every 2 weeks, take a progress pic and compare them. And what you'll start to see is as time goes on, the first progress pic compared to the last progress pic is a huge difference. For example, this is the last one that I took. So you can see the difference, right? And I had a pretty drastic difference between week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, right? But I'm training really hard and I'm being pretty strict with my diet. But the biggest difference comes from week 1 and week 4 in this picture. So that being said, take your progress pictures, right? That's going to be a really good tool for you to use, because you don't have to see a number on a scale. You don't have to see a number of measurements. You don't have to get defeated when you're not quite there to fitting in the most perfect jeans. But you can see the progress. So do yourself a favor, take progress pictures. So when it comes to progress pictures, my best advice for taking them, one, take it on a blank wall if you can. We don't all have that. I know I have no blank walls in my house. But I take it in the same mirror, right? Whether it's a full-length mirror, whether it is a bathroom mirror, right? I do that because I do my progress pictures on my own. If you have somebody that can help take the picture for you, then yeah, absolutely. Stand up against a blank wall and have them help you by taking the picture. You want to do a front view, shoulders back, stand up straight, head up. You want to do a side view of the same. And then last, you want to do a back view if you want that. For the sake of the gram, I only do front and side views. But for my personal progress pictures, I do all three. The other thing is wear the same clothes. That's going to help. I don't always do that myself, but I know that it helps for you to see where you are, right? Depending, I have 15 pairs of shorts from the same company and they all fit different. So from one day to the next, I might feel fluffier than the other because the other pair of shorts fit better, right? So wear the same outfit every time you do it. And then do it at the same time of day, right? Because everybody looks the best when they wake up first thing in the morning. Your stomach's empty, your food has been digesting, you're ready to go, you're ready to start your day, your metabolism is at its highest. That being said, you don't have to take them in the morning. But whatever time of day you do take that first progress picture, make sure it's at the same time of day the next one that you take, and the next one, and so on and so forth, right? So if you do it 5 o'clock at night, all of your progress pics are done at 5 o'clock at night. When it comes to being successful on your diet, plan, plan, plan. Plan, plan, plan. I cannot stress this enough. The quickest way to not follow your diet is to not have the food ready to eat, to not have it prepared, to not have it with you, right? So if you're going to do the meal prep, I would suggest doing it on one of your days off for the whole week. What I do, because I don't like the food to be refrigerated, I'm kind of weird like that. I don't like it to be in the refrigerator for more than a couple of days. I food prep at the beginning of the week, and then I food prep halfway through the week, right? And that's what I've always done. But it helps you be prepared. If you were somebody that just doesn't have it in your budget to get a food prep service, do it yourself. Sunday and Wednesday if you want to do it that way, or you can do everything on Sunday. There's tons of people that do that. You do it every other day. It really just depends on what works best for you, but it needs to be realistic on when you're going to have time to do it. A lot of times through the week we get busy with work and life and everything else that happens, and so we skip it, and guilty, we ordered Chick-fil-A through DoorDash. So if you want to be more consistent, you've got to prepare your food. If you are someone that has the means to be able to do food service, we've tried a couple of them. Trifecta was pretty good. That's a good one for you, and you can kind of order the food you want. We've done, I can't think of all the other ones off the top of my head, but there's tons of meal prep services out there. You're gonna look around anywhere from like $10 to $15 per meal. So that gives you a good idea, and if you're gonna do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just budget for that. But either way, no matter how you do it, preparation is key. That is what's gonna make you successful. When it comes to working out, same thing, preparation. You need to have a plan. It doesn't really matter how you do it, just make sure that you have your workout for that day written out, planned out in your phone, however you need to do it, before you step foot in that gym or wherever else you're going to train, right? If you're going to work out outside, whatever, just make sure that you have a plan. I personally like to write out an entire plan for at least like the week. For my clients, I do an entire month's worth of plan. I find that that makes it easier. I sit down, I plan a couple of things. Over the course of an hour, I can get a couple of programs done, and then I don't have to do it for the rest of the month. But if you're not someone that wants to do something like that or sit down and dedicate that time at once, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure that you are planning, even if it's in your car walking into the gym. Write down your program. What are you going to do that day at the gym? What are you going to work on? What are you focusing on? What are your rep ranges going to be? What weights? Are you looking to push more weight today? Are you looking to try to find a 1 rep max? Are you looking to work on hypertrophy? Whatever it's going to be, make sure that you have that planned out before you start your workout. And last but not least, get a support system. It doesn't matter who. Husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, your dog. It doesn't matter. You can have other members in the gym. Be your support system. I know, it's crazy, insane to even think of it like that. But it's so much harder to do it alone. Have somebody there that's gonna motivate you, that's gonna push you, that's gonna help hold you accountable, right? You gotta hold yourself accountable, but it's so much easier when there's somebody on your team rooting for you, pushing you to be the better self. And again, it can be anybody. It could be a freaking teacher if you wanted to. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you have somebody that's a support system for you, right? Again, like I said earlier, I've been in this industry for a very long time now. And the number one reason I see more people fail than not is they do not have a good support system. I have plenty of clients that I am their support system. So if you want to do it and you have the means to do it, hire a personal trainer. That's the best way to hold yourself accountable. You've got appointments you have to show up to. You don't have to worry about your workout program. You're gonna pay a lot of money to do it, so it's more likely to show up and do the work. And you've got somebody to cheer you on and push you. It's literally my job to motivate you and to help you. So get a support system. It doesn't matter who it is. Even if you have to hire a support system, do it. Moral of the stories to all of this, you've got to hold yourself accountable through everything, through your diet, through your workout plans, through making sure that you're doing your meal prep or ordering your service, to having a buddy system, right? You've got to hold yourself accountable over everything. If you do that, you will be successful. The most important way to be successful when it comes to fitness, have fun with it. Have fun. If you're not having fun, you're going to be miserable, right? There is a reason that people like myself love to work out. No, I'm not sadistic. No, I'm not sadistic. But I enjoy what I do. It's hard. It is hard. Sometimes it hurts. But the results that you get are worth it. When you see yourself dropping sizes, when you fit into the pair of jeans that you've been trying to fit into forever, worth it. That is what's worth it. As always, love y'all. I'll see you soon.